Welcome to beautiful Changzhou city in Jiangsu province. A wonderful place to visit all by itself, but this week it has the added bonus of being the venue for the China Open 2024, one of the biggest events on the HSBC BWF World Tour season calendar, and it's all happening right here. It's day 3 of the competition at the Changzhou Olympic Sports Center, which means we are on the cusp of the quarterfinals, and that's what it's all about ultimately. The BWF World Tour Finals trophy, today brought out by one of our VIPs, the BWF Deputy Referee, Mr. Arto Zalusnoy. That trophy, of course, will be distributed at the end of the year finals, which isn't too far away now, just a couple of months away, but of course it is invite only, and only the best players will get there. This is the order of play for Court 1 on day 3, kicking it off with the mixed doubles. Ferdinansyah and Widjaja taking on Chen and To Iwi, a very much in-form Malaysian pair. Women's singles will follow that. Gao Fangji, who was actually born very close to in Nanjing, taking on Sung Shou-yun from Chinese Taipei. Women's doubles will follow that, and more cheer for the home fans. Li Yijing and Lu Zumin taking on Pearly Tan and Tina Muralidharan, the recent winners of the Hong Kong Open. After that, it's the mixed doubles. Wang Qilin has moved to the mixed doubles space with Su Yinhui taking on the number 2 seeds Feng Yanzhe and Huang Dongping. That'll be followed by the women's doubles. Yung Na Ting and Yung Hui Lam from Hong Kong had a great match yesterday. Much stiffer opposition today against the number 2 seeds Lu Shengshu and Tan Ning. That's just the first half of the day. Plenty more matches to come, and as you can see, some very big names in there as well. Leilan Zi's the big name, Anthony Ginting, Aya Hori, Karnando and Marlando. Don't miss any of those matches in the second half of the day for Court 1. So looking at the mixed doubles draw, this is section 3, and as you can see, 4 Malaysian pairs still in the hunt for quarterfinal berths. One of them could even mean an all-Malaysian quarterfinal if Chen Tangji and To Iwi win this match and play either Yap and Xiao or Hu and Cheng. Toft, Myelun, Wang, Su and Feng and Huang also in this section of the draw. So here they come, and this should be a cracking match to kick off action on Court 1 on day 3. Widjaja and Ferdinansyah were gifted a rather easier match yesterday as they faced the Hong Kong pair of Reginald Li and MC Yao, who had to retire after just 18 minutes, sadly. First meeting between these pairs. They know each other, of course, on the BWF World Tour circuit. That's Su Xiaofeng, coin toss, who will be in the umpire's chair. And he'll be joined by Zhou Aoli. Shi, I should say. Also from China in the service judge position. Well, both of these pairs have had some very fruitful 2024s, I can tell you. Ferdinansyah and Widjaja looking for their 6th quarterfinal from this match, and Chen Tangji and To Iwi looking for their 8th quarterfinal, believe it or not. Should they come out victorious here. 30 years old now, Gloria Widjaja. 6 foot, very adept at the nets. And they have been perennial quarterfinalists this year. Quarterfinalists at the Indonesian Open, the Malaysia Masters, the All England, and the Thai Masters as well. So they would love to make it to a semi-final, especially, of course, at this Super 1000 event. There's confirmation of that retirement from Virgil Lee and Eng Yao after just 19 minutes. Shoulder problem, unfortunately. Magic spray just couldn't help it. So had to retire, and upon the advice of his coach. Now Tui Wei and Chen Tangji, very much the #1 pair now in terms of mixed doubles. And as you saw from the draw, plenty of mixed doubles pairs still in the mix. But they've had a fantastic run this year. Currently ranked at 9th, they finished high as 8th. So they are peaking, but quarterfinalists at the Olympics. They are 3rd in Hong Kong. They won the recent Korea Open. And 2nd place finishes at the Swiss Open as well, the Malaysia Masters. It's been a very, very good and fruitful year for them in terms of results. So they would go into this match as favorites based on their top 10 ranking. And for us neutrals watching, it means that we might just get absolutely smashing start to court 1 on day 3. And that is Vita Marissa. And I think you'll notice the other coach as being one of the legends. Famous Setyewan Asan combination that is now, of course, retired. And moving, as you'd expect, into coaching. Su Xiaofeng, confirmation of him taking the big chair. And that's Zhou Ao Qi in the service judge position. Well, get yourself settled in, because this is going to be a cracker.
Ladies and gentlemen, on my right, Chen Tangji and Zhou Yiwei, Malaysia. And on my left, Legend Ferdinansyah and Gloria Emmanuel Widjaja, Indonesia. Gloria Emmanuel Widjaja to serve to Chen Tangji. Labo. Play.
So the first point won cleanly by Dejan Ferdinansyah. Power from the backcourt. Him and Chen Tangji, of course, be providing those backcourt attacks. And Tui Wei is going to be faced with the biggest challenge, which is, of course, a 6-foot opponent at the net on the other side. That battle for the net is going to be crucial. Ferdinansyah and Widjaja will have the added advantage of being able to lift like that from mid-court and backcourt. These wildly windy conditions here in this beautiful stadium does favor that side that they are on. They're playing into the breeze. Tui Wei and Chen Tangji are going to have to play a mid-court game and watch themselves as they lift to the back if they have to.
3-1.
And these conditions have affected So many players over the first couple of days. Of course, the biggest news, Victor Axelsen, defending champion in the men's singles, ousted yesterday. Home player, Lei Lanji, in a repeat of the Hong Kong Open final. Well, he stormed it. What a fantastic match from Lei Lanji. Controlled the conditions well and put some serious pressure on the world number one. And of course, showed him a first round exit. Well, immediately on the 6th point, we've got a very developed rally.
5-1.
Controlled a little better by Ferdinansyah and Widjaja.
Adjust.
Well, as the court gets wiped down, we actually asking for a bit more of a wipe down. Now, did say there could be a chance of an All-Malaysian quarter-final. Well, the other match that could provide that future is happening on court 3. Yap and Sao taking on Hu and Chen. Keep you updated on the scores there right now. Hu and Chen 5-2 up in the first. Mixed doubles, certainly the category that Malaysia is doing very well at these days. Go Sun Huat, Siobhan Lai, Tan Kian Meng, Lai Pei Jing.
Service over. 2-5.
Widjaja does well. Right now she is dominating that net's front court. And again.
7-2.
Certainly winning that net battle. As for the big hitters at the back, well, evenly set up right now between Ferdinansyah and Chen Tangji.
Service over. 3-7.
A very passionate pair, Chen and To. Celebrate every point almost as if it's the winning point. Means they can maraud off on huge point runs if given the chance. And right now, Widjaja just cleaning up at the net.
Service over. 8-4.
Marissa and Setiawan looking on. Very happy to have this kind of output coming out from their pair. And of course, for the pair themselves to have such, well, legendary coaches now, legendary players as their coaches, that can only just boost their confidence. 9-4 heading towards the first mid-game interval. Lucky tumble there. And it gave them the initiative in that point.
Service over. 5-9.
That's one of the first points we've seen Toei Wei actually win at the net. Certainly take that.
10-5.
And again, swatted down by Gloria Widjaja. And it's 11-5 at the break.
Sama buka nih, ya. Kamu belakangnya jangan terlambat ke anak. Mindsetnya aja, jangan paksa. Udah dipancing, kamu paksa dibuang pasti. Sini Gloria. Terus kencang, gesernya ke sana kan. Bodi aja, jangan kiri kanan, dia tinggi, cepat begitu. Bodi aja, geser sedikit aja. Ya, sama. 或者直接压到。bisa. Lebih cepat sedikit katanya. Bisa jadi cepat.
So back on court for conclusion of game one. It was Nova Widianto, the Malaysian coach.
11-5.
Indonesian coach, of course, but the Malaysian team.
Play.
Much better start.
Service over. 6-11.
Well, that came back very high, and they were slowly angling towards that, getting that angle.
12-6.
First, it was Ferdinansyah to put in the power, but as soon as it came back too high, Widjaja there with the kill shot. And that seems to be their new strategy. It's working very well.
Service over. 7-12.
Long serve there. Great play by Toei Wei. There. That was a shot that did it.
Chen challenges called in.
First challenge of the day. And that is in very much so.
Challenge unsuccessful. One challenge remaining.
So they've lost a challenge with that.
Service over.
And service back with
8.
Ferdinansyah and Widjaja, who have not been behind so far. Kept this good buffer. Now it's 5 points. From Chen
Service over. 9-13.
gone long.
Service over. 49. Okay. So you win. Service over.
Very nervous off that
10. 14.
serve. Well, Chen Tangji doing the most he can to try and get a full court wipe down. Xiao Feng having none of it. A switch of roles for Ferdinansyah and Widjaja, but it works out just as well. And they're looking in very good shape.
10.
5-point lead restored. And make that 6.
16. 10. Service over. 11. 16.
Too much power coming from Toh Wei there. Couldn't be controlled or contained by Widjaja. Full defense for the Indonesians. Chen Tangji taking pot shots right now. And in the end, it's a mistake by him. It ends the rally. Toh Wei just watching his partner, watching her partner. Well, that other mixed doubles match happening at court 3. Hu and Cheng, 21-9 in the first game, 6-4 up in the second against Yap and Xiao. That's what happens if you leave those
11.
on that side of the courts. Very windy conditions all week. So 8-point lead for Ferdinansyah and Widjaja, and they can afford that.
12. 19.
Pressure definitely on the Malaysian pair. Great pickups from Widjaja, but
13. 19.
just too many. So still in very good position, Ferdinansyah and Widjaja to take this first game. Chen and To have been their usual punchy selves, but the defense on the other side of the net has been strong enough to soak up any of their attacks. Switched roles again, the Indonesians. Oh, nice pick up there by Widjaja. Couldn't do it twice though.
19.
Right there. Got back into position nicely, but winner sails past her. Well, that 8-point lead, slowly but surely being cut down. And to the credit of Chen and To, no mistakes on their side. That's the mistake they were looking for. And that gives them 5 game points.
20, 8 points, 15.
And just like that, after 18 minutes,
Agent Ferdinansyah and
21-15.
Widjaja, 21-15.
Lihat 1-2-nya, ingat jangan dikasih dikit dia jauhin. Karena dia kan ada kalangin, jadi jangan datang bolanya kita pasti lebih enak. Nah, lu menangani jadi.
Count 1, 20 seconds. Count 1, 20 seconds.
Well, to get back on court for game 2, I think you'll agree, vastly different moods and attitudes in both camps. Chen and To weren't actually visited by Nova Widjaja in that break and seem a little bit despondent from losing that first game, whereas on the other side, calm, confident chat between the players and Marissa and Setiawan.
Level. Play.
But the real test is going to be now and how they control this near side of the court. And that's a good start.
1, love.
Would have gone out.
1.
Slightly faulted on the racket.
Two. Service over. 2, 3.
So far, so good. That's very high. Oh, complete miss it. Now look to the lights. That's how much of a miss it was.
4, 2.
The obligatory look up to the lights. That's just what you do when you miss it that badly. Just see Ferdinansyah
5, 2.
willing his opponent to pull back on those punches because the wind is just going to carry them. And again. You're going to have to tailor their game. Well, Mohamed Hassan and Henry Setyon, what a pair they were. And it is a shame. But after every Olympic cycle, there's a flurry of retirements. Some of the big names that followed for so long. And in their case, well, it's been decades. That's a great shot by Widjaja. That's a much better point from them.
Service over. 3.
They can just keep to 2-3 points. And obviously, if they can take the lead themselves, then that's going to be even better. But if they can just keep pace with the scoreline and make sure they don't go back by 8 or 7 points, then they might be able to take this in straight games. Big burst of energy right at the end. This second game. Better from Ferdinansyah. 4-6.
6.
Just have to be patient. Wait for their opportunity. Certainly don't try anything too flamboyant off half chances. Oh, that's beautiful. Lofted over.
5, 6.
Very late take for Ferdinansyah, who's never going to recover from that.
Service over. 7, 5.
There's being early to the shuttle, and then there's being very late. Of course, wildly different outcomes, whichever you are. And that match has finished on court 3, and it's Hu and Chen. 21-9, 21-15 in 24 minutes. They are through to the quarterfinals and will face the winner of this match. Ferdinansyah punches the air because that was, again, a fantastic winner into the corner. Perfectly controlled.
Jangkauannya panjang.
6, 7.
lightning quick reactions from Chen Tangji
Service over.
and a much needed point.
8.
Difference between 7-all and 6-8. A little bit out of position.
Yes, sir.
And that's drifted out.
9. 6.
Now they just seem to have lost that momentum. And Chen and To relieved. They have a 4-point buffer as we approach the second mid-game interval.
Service over. 7.
Straight down backhand. Ferdinansyah
8. 10.
well, he's loving this side of the court. And again, so refusing to let that mid-game interval start. They've clawed it back to 1 point. Through a fantastic display of backcourt attacks from Widjaja and Ferdinansyah. But in the end, 11-9, the break.
Ya, sengaja gimana? Kita di dalam mobil juga. Nggak bahaya. Aduh, dia disuruh saya, jangan mundur. Abis gini kemudian nanti bola datang Widjaja enak banget. Saya orang menang kok. Saya pegang. Kan bola itu agak kayak gitu. Cek aja, enak. Rasanya di situ.
Stop 1 second.
Sorry Kak.
Break.
So, will this be the concluding phase of action for the Indonesian pair? It's on the line.
Service over. 10. 11.
Job one is going to have to be to tie it up. They have been winning more points. Almost had it. So close.
Service over. 12, 10.
That's what I mean about winning the lion's share of the points.
12.
On the face of it, Ferdinansyah and Widjaja have been the more active pair. And Chen and To have been chasing this match. They have been ahead. Actually, as you can see in the background, yet another match from this section of the draw. Mixed doubles draw happening. Van Kian Meng Lai Beijing against Toft and Mylan from Denmark.
Service over. 12, 13. Service over. 14, 12.
A mini break. Just 2 points in it.
Thank you.
Oh, almost took a swipe at that.
15,
But in the end left it well. So 3 points ahead. That's a good score from Toei Wee.
16,
Well,
12.
I said they were chasing the game. They seem to have taken control of this section of it. And it's the right section to be in control of. They can secure the second and force a third. He should end up on the right
17,
side.
12.
Remember, there'll be a change of ends in the middle of the third game.
Service over.
And that was an important serve to get back.
13, 17.
From toe. The right place at the right time
13.
with the right shots.
Hold. 19. 13.
They've just been powering their way through this second game, and now they've got themselves 7 game points.
13.
So, after a very good spell, it's a decider for sure. And remember, with that end change halfway through the third game, that's going to be important.
Mainnya dia kasih cepat kali bebas. Nggak apa-apa, satu-satu. Kalau dia manja bukain dulu nggak apa-apa. Nah, tapi dapat momen harus balik serang. Jadi jangan terlalu banyak defense. Jangan main kan dari dulu. Sudah awal ya. Nah, jadi main jangan main gerakan lu. Jadi dia juga pegang sama gerakan lu. Nanti saya yakin. Pokoknya kalau udah di bawah kan satu dulu. Di sini agak di sini kalahnya pertama. Kita fokus 11 pertama, nanti yang sana beda.
Kalau dia salah, buat ambil salah. Kamu jangan aja dulu, karena dia sering blok. Kamu tembak situ dia blok.
叫我进前面一点，抓那种歪嘛。
Pada situ. Udah dari bawah, udah dinaikin, jangan salah. Dia pasti jatuh. Ya, kasih aja biar dia jatuh. Ya.
所以不用讲，他上我们到那边，我只是给他要怎么样？
Ya, kamu di situ nggak usah kejar. Jadi main panjang.
好，回来吧，不要回来，也不要放弃了，因为你来，你就是反正。
Bola atas baru tekan, kalau sini-sini ikutin aja. Ya, baru bola enak baru tekan.
中场还小心。敢敢多了，这里我们优势诶，优势，他们劣势，我们优势诶。
Well, as they get back on top of game 3, how about that for a change in energy in the interval? Revitalized, re-energized, and ready to go for game 3, Chen and To.
Final game.
So they should be, or they will be, on the right side of the court for this third game. As it closes out, what they need to do is just keep pace with the scoreline here, wait for that advantage to turn up. Nacho and Widjaja have better side of the court right now to build up a buffer. They're not going to do it like that.
One love. Service over. 1-0.
opportunistic play from To.
2-0.
This is the great thing about this pair. It's almost like a third game pair. They really fire into life. They get into these clutch situations, you could call them.
It's over. 3-2.
Relish the prospect of taking it to the very end.
It's over. 3-0.
Missed it.
It's over. 4-0.
They have been in control of these opening points in game 3.
Harus dibuka sini, siapa yang ambil nih? Buka sini dia pasti. Dibuka belakang.
4-0. It's over. 5-4. It's over. 5-0.
So far, so good, but playing into Chen and To's game plan right now. A discernible advantage being gained from Ferdinansyah and Widjaja. Well,
6-5.
finally, 2-point advantage, breaking away from status quo.
Okay, ready?
Mistakes from Chen Tanji, and a little bit too careful. 8-5.
Tepat enak, tenang aja.
Both pairs trying to get on the attack as early as possible. ball, Chen Tangji. A lot of variation, but Toiwi's pushed that too long.
Over. 9-7.
They tried everything in that point. Long as well. You can see the reaction from Toiwi. She was putting everything into that. Considering the side they're playing from, this has been a respectable showing from them. Ferdinansyah and Widjaja should go in 11-7 up, and they do. Now they're going to change ends, try and defend that lead. And what I can say is going to be an assaulting performance from Chen and To.
Kalau dia kata udah di bawah posisinya tinggiin aja bro.
11-7.
So here we go, the conclusion of this fantastic mixed doubles match that's kicked off court 1. 51 minutes on the clock. And still you get the feeling that it could go either way. These next few points, next 5 points in fact, are going to be absolutely crucial. Widjaja knows it. He's up at the nets. And again, oh, this is what she was doing in the first game.
13-7.
Oh, this is the biggest lead we've seen in the third. Due to that great work that they did from the other side of the court. But this is where they need to step up.
14.
And so far, it's been one-way traffic. Well, they've lost so many points so quickly that Chen and To might just be a little bit of a crash in terms of their momentum. Nice drop in by Toiwi. Well, they've hit 16 points. That is going to be psychological for Chen and To. They know they're running out of chances. Ferdinansyah jumps up and absolutely buries that one.
17-8.
They've been strong in this third game. Oh, that's unanswered from Widjaja as well. Well, they've been fantastic.
18.
And this 10-point lead, very much deserved. Could be lights out for Chen and To. Almost.
Service over. 9-18.
As I've said all week, it's one thing to get into a position to win the game, but actually closing out those 19th, 20th, and 21st points, that is an entirely different proposition.
9.
You need to have that hunger and that killer instinct. That was looking like it was going out. And perhaps they should have left it. So, 11 match points.
9 points. 9.
Chen and To have scored just 2 points since the break in the third. And with that out,
Game.
that's it. 21-9 after 55 minutes. And it won't be an all-Malaysian quarterfinal on this side of the draw, as Ferdinansyah and Widjaja will meet Hu and Chen. And so they make their 6th quarterfinal of the year.
21-15. 13-21. 21.
And it has to be said that they've done it in some style as well. Looking forward to their quarterfinal tomorrow. Now, it might be their 6th quarterfinal, but it'll be their 1st quarterfinal at a Super 1000 event. And we wish them the best. There's confirmation of it. 21-15, 13-21, 21-9. And Ferdinansyah and Widjaja are through. So welcome back to our continuing live coverage of the China Open 2024, this wonderful city of Changzhou. Weather is certainly cleared up over the last couple of days. There was some extreme weather earlier on in the week, but now as we hit day 3 and players and pairs